guys, it's Justine B. You can call me Blondie. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my entire makeup collection. I'm sure there are going to be some things in here that I forget about because I have makeup laying all around the house, and I went around the house and tried to find it all, but I'm sure I forgot some things. But I'm just going to show you everything that I have. If I sound out of breath in this video, it's because I am. I am 8 months pregnant, and I am pre-filming this so that way I have it like done and ready and uploaded for when either baby is here or when baby is almost here. So I'm just going to show you guys everything that I have in my makeup collection, starting with palettes and eyeshadow singles. So here are all of my palettes, and then I also just have like this stuff right here. Ignore this. So starting off with palettes, I have the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and then I have the entire Volt. I'm not gonna lay these out for you guys because I'm sure you know what they look like by now, but we've got these Jaclyn Hill pieces. I have the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette from last year. They're coming out with a new one this year. As you can see, my 2-year-old has gotten into this palette and scraped it out. And then, oh, I have another Too Faced palette. Let me move it from over here. I have the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. This is one of the older ones. And again, my 2-year-old scratched it out. She hasn't gotten into a lot of my makeup, surprisingly, but both of my Too Faced palettes, the two Too Faced palettes I own, she's gotten into. So that's what I have from Too Faced. I have 3 Tarte palettes. I have this Tarte, this is the High Tides and Good Vibes palette. I did a review on this one. It looks like this. It's just a super cute palette with lots of glitter. I have the Tarte Let Flirt, which is actually not my favorite, but I do love the warm tones. It's actually the 2 shimmer shades in the middle that are not very good. And then this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. And it's just a very neutral, shimmery palette. Then I have the Huda Beauty New Nudes. This is my current favorite. Let me open it up. I'm pretty sure this is my most expensive palette. My husband got this for me for Christmas last year, and I use it very seldomly because, like I said, it's my most expensive palette and I'm afraid to use it all up. If you hear noise in the background, my daughter is in here. She loves makeup and she loves to watch me pull it out. So I have that one, and then similarly is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. I love this. I kind of want to get more of these mini Huda palettes because they're a lot more affordable than like the giant Huda palettes. But it's almost like a darker version of the Huda New Nudes, honestly. And then this is one that I just got. I have not used it yet. It's the Santa Fe palette from BH Cosmetics. And then let's go to these singles because I need to put them, well, some of them can go in my Z palette. The first is this loose, it's like a dark brown shimmer from Furless. Then we have this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow that I've never opened. I got it in a subscription box. It's in the color Lightning Bug. I'm sorry, I know my camera doesn't focus very well. Then I have this Tetris single that I need to put in my Z palette. And then I have this Balm Cosmetics single that I want to put in my Z palette. And then I have this Milani black eyeshadow, which is, it's kind of like, it's not a flat eyeshadow. So I can't really, you see that? Like I can't really put that in my Z palette. But this is seriously the best black eyeshadow. So I don't really love single eyeshadows, but I keep this one because it's the best black eyeshadow. Then here's my Z palette. I don't remember everything that's in here. I know that this is a Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I know that this is an Ofra highlight. One of these is a NYX shadow. One of it's an Ofra shadow. Everything in this corner is from the Balm Cosmetics because I get so many Balm Cosmetics samples, and I can't remember everything else. But this is just my Z palette where I put all of my single shadows. And then over here I have this Off Duty Mermaid palette, which my sister-in-law got me for Christmas, and I haven't used it yet. I kind of want to do a review on it, but what I love about it is the top row is all mattes, then the bottom row is the exact same color and shade and shimmers, and I think that is like so genius. So I'll probably do a review on that soon. I also have this Be Your Selfie palette, which I really need to start using more because I actually really like this palette, but I never reach for it. It's like a lot of pinky shades. We have an e.l.f. Here, I'll actually go into that one in a sec. This is a Cargo Cosmetics palette. This has actually been discontinued, but for a really long time, it was my favorite palette. These days, I'm more into color, so I don't reach for it very often. I also have a Lime Crime Venus, which, if I can get it open, do you ever think that you use a palette a lot and then you actually look at it and it looks like it's barely been touched? Because that's how I feel about this palette. I feel like I use it all the time, but it looks like I barely touch it. But this is another one of my favorites. This is a blush palette from Amazon, and it just has a bunch of bright blushes. It was super, super cheap. I honestly don't use it a whole lot, but I have it. And then let's get into some drugstore. I have 3 drugstore palettes that are pretty much identical. This Makeup Revolution one I've never touched, so I might give it away. But I have this e.l.f. I think it's the e.l.f. Smoky. I did a review on it a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's the e.l.f. Everyday Smoky, CoverGirl Chocoholic, Makeup Revolution, and then I have the Rock Nudes from Maybelline, which this is not my favorite palette by far. I'll probably end up decluttering that soon. I have the Soda Pop palette and the Lemonade Craze palette from Maybelline, which I love both of these, and I've reviewed both of these in the past. I have this Ipsy NYX collab from years and years ago. I'm probably going to declutter that one too. Then this is just a little duo that my grandma gave me. It's from American Beauty, which I've never heard of before. I actually don't use it a whole lot, but it's just 2 little shimmery shadows. And then the very last 3 palettes are all contour palettes. The first is this Makeover Essentials Contour. I love this palette. As you can see, I've already hit pan on one. I'm about to hit pan on this one. And I love this palette so much. I actually forgot I had it. So I'm going to start using that one again. And then this is one I just got that I have not used yet. I need to start using it because I really want to do a review on it. And then the City Color Contour Effects, which this was like my baby back in the day. The bronzer in here used to be my favorite bronzer, but I just don't reach for it very much anymore. But that is it for my palettes. And so now I think I'm going to do like face products next. And then I also have this Makeup Revolution Flawless Foils eyeshadow that I just got and have not used yet, but that's also an eyeshadow. Okay, here's all my face products, and I kind of organized them, so let's see how we can do this. So first thing is setting powders. I've got a Laura Mercier that I've never opened. I have a Becca setting powder, like a little mini. This is the Laura Mercier Glow. And it's not my favorite because it's shimmery. And then here's another regular Laura Mercier. I love the regular Laura Mercier. Not a huge fan of the Glow. I have 2 of these Stellar ones, but they are not my right shade. They're a little too yellow for me. An Airspun powder, a Beauty Bakery powder, which is my current favorite. An e.l.f. HD Perfecting Powder, if I can get it open. e.l.f. HD Perfecting Powder. And then this is M Cosmetics from Michelle Phan. This has been discontinued. This is actually really old, but like a lot of M Cosmetics products have been discontinued. And so I just like the collector in me just can't bring myself to throw them away, even though they're definitely expired, just because they're gone. They're gone for good. So that's setting powder, and then let's go on to blushes. I have this Phase Zero blush that I just recently got in an Ipsy, and it's just a pretty mauve color. I have a mini NARS Orgasm that I've never used because I have another one. This e.l.f. Jelly Blush that I've never used. I just got this one. Tarte and Party. This is one of my favorites. I've hit pan. This is a newer one. It's Ofra Madison Miller collab, and All You Need Is Love. Here's another one of my favorites, the Benefit Dandelion. And then I have this Ibby Beauty shimmery one, and this is in Peach Sheen. And then I have this Milani one, which this is another one my daughter got into, but I hold on to it because even though it's crushed, it still works, and it's a really gorgeous matte blush. And this is in the Romantic Rose, which is my favorite of the Milani rose blushes. And then I have these two blush bronzer duos. So this is the NARS Orgasm that I use, and this is NARS Laguna bronzer. And then I also have this e.l.f. and it's almost like a dupe for the other one, except this is matte and the other two are shimmer. But this is Fiji. It says Fiji on the back, so maybe that's the color, but there's that. And then onto bronzers, I have Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is one of my favorite shimmery brush bronzers. And then I have this Pretty Vulgar bronzer, which I don't love. It's actually, it's kind of like super powdery and kind of hard to blend. I have a Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, which is super old. Honestly, I should probably declutter it. But it's just such a perfect like shade of bronze. I have this Makeup Revolution one, which I just recently purchased and have not used it yet. Butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, that's another favorite. Hoola bronzer is another favorite. And then I have this e.l.f. in Sun-Kissed Glow. Now moving on to concealers, I don't have a whole lot. This is my most recent one. It's the Stay Naked from Urban Decay. And then I also have this L'Oreal Infallible, which is one of my favorites currently. I have two Tarte Shape Tapes in two different shades. Again, another M Cosmetics one that I just can't bring myself to part with, even though it's old. A Lancome Taint Idol in It by Under Eye, which is not my favorite. It's a little too full coverage for me. And I also have this color correcting concealer, which is an Ipsy times Aurora collab. And honestly, I don't use that one a whole lot because I don't use color correcting stuff a whole lot. And then on to foundation. So first off, I just have this little sample from Tarte that I just threw in here. Then I also have this Touch in Soul, which I'm almost done with. I love this Touch in Soul. It's the Advanced Real Moisture Foundation. I absolutely love it. I have a Stay Naked from Urban Decay, which is my go-to lately. I also have another Stay Naked in a different shade that I have not used yet. I have a couple little minis. Actually, I have quite a few little minis. I have a Lancome Taint Idol little mini, and then I also have a, oops, I have a full-size Lancome Taint Idol, and then I have a mini-size Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and then I have a full-size. Actually, this isn't, they have bigger sizes than this. This is like a medium size, but it's Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and then I have a Perlice BB Cream, It Cosmetics CC Cream. I have a little mini Dior guy right here, and this is the Dior Backstage, which I really love the Dior Backstage. Again, another M Cosmetics, which is absolutely expired, but can't bring myself to get rid of it. Beauty Bakery Cake Mix, that's another one of my favorites right now. This is the e.l.f. Foundation Serum, which is kind of like a BB cream. The Bare Minerals Bare Pro, and lastly, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. Okay, and then over here to highlights, which I have a lot of. I have a bunch of Becca, so let me open them up real quick. Okay, so I have Becca in Vanilla Quartz, and this is my favorite of the Becca colors. I actually have a backup because I got one in like a Sephora Favorites, and then I got another in a subscription box, so I have two. And then this one is an Opal, which is actually not really my favorite color. So I don't use it a whole lot. And then I also have a Champagne Pop. And as you can tell, these are all minis because Becca highlighters are expensive and I can't bring myself to buy a full size, especially because I know I won't go through a full size. I have this Wet n Wild in Precious Petals. This is just a little too pink for me. I don't know if the color is really showing up well on camera, but it's a little too pink for my skin tone. It is really gorgeous though. I also have Fenty Beauty Hustla Baby, a little sample. This is another favorite of mine. I have this Manna Kadar, which is another one that's just a little too dark for me. It's in the color Fantasy. Man, if my camera would just focus. Oh well. And then I have this Pixie Petra in Rose Gold. It's a blush highlight duo actually, but it's a really pretty one. And then this is a new one that I recently got in Ipsy. It's an Ibby Beauty in Private Jet. It's a really pretty like light pink. And I thought it was going to be too dark for me, but it's actually like a perfect pink. I have this Milk Makeup in Lit, which I've only used a handful of times because it's a cream and I prefer powder highlights. And then I have this Lancome Click and Glow, which again is a cream and I prefer powder, so I don't use it a whole lot. I have this Estate Beauty one, which is in Do Me, and it's a really pretty color. I have e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearl, e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter, which I have not used yet. I'm probably going to do a review on it soon. This one is in Bubbly. And then I have a Cover FX Little Mini. This one is in, it just says Glitter Drops. It doesn't say the color, but I have this Cover FX, and then I also have this AOA Glow Baby. That was $1. That's like a dupe for the Cover FX. And this one also doesn't say, it just says Illuminating Drops. It doesn't have a name for it. So there's that. I have a couple Naked Cosmetics eyeshadows, but I use them as highlights. The first is in Desert Sunset, and these are just loose powders. And then this next one, which is my favorite, is in Sierra Nevada. Then we have Beauty Bakery Illuminating So Icy and Iced. And then this is my favorite highlight of all time. It's the Artist Couture in Illuminati. This is seriously the best highlight ever. And then let's move on to primers. So we've got Smashbox Primerizer, Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. We have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty, which I recently just got and haven't used yet. The Ola Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. Too Faced Hangover Mini. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping stuff. I have two of these Milk Makeup Blur Sticks, and they're just minis. This Wet n Wild Rose Primer Serum. I don't even know if they sell this anymore, but I got it earlier this year, and it was like part of a special collection. I have this ColourPop Crystal Priming Spray, which has been discontinued, and that one's in Amethyst. And then I have this one in Rose Quartz, which I have not even opened yet. I have this MAC Strobe Cream, which isn't technically a primer, but I like to use it as a primer. I have a Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's just a little mini Touch and Soul No Problema primer. Guys, I'm really sorry that my camera won't focus. And then I have Estee Lauder, the Smoother, and it's just, again, a little mini. And then on to setting sprays. I don't have a whole lot, but I have the Morphe, which is my favorite. I have this ColourPop in Aquamarine. And then I have three of these MAC ones, and they're all in different scents. One's in coconut, one's in lavender, and one's in rose. And they're just minis. I have a mini Urban Decay All Nighter, and then a NYX. And I thought I had more setting sprays, but I guess that's it. So next, I guess I'll do lipsticks. And so that's it for all my face products. It is getting harder and harder to organize these things, but up here I have some of my favorite cream lipsticks. I have a bunch of these MAC ones, which are all nudes. And then I have this MAC lip gloss in Scarcely Seen. It was part of the holiday collection last year. It's been discontinued. I have some Bite Beauty in the color Glace Glacé. I have a Bite Beauty liquid lipstick in Eclair. And then, oh my gosh, how do I do this? I just have a bunch of, these two are Bite Beauty. This one is Makeup Forever. This one is Marc Jacobs. This is some random brand that I got. It's at Dessay, New York. I got it in a Ipsy recently. These two right here are Revlon. This one is Lasting Finish by Kate lipstick. I don't know. And so then we also have this one, which is a Milani lipstick. And then here I have some Michael Kors 2R perfume gloss combos. This one's just a gloss. I have this Lancome, this bright pink Lancome I have this Kat Von D, which is my only Kat Von D. I have a Meet Matte Hughes from The Balm, which is one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. I don't even know what this is. Beauty by Pop Sugar, some Tarte stuff, a Tarte Lip Surgeons, a Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, basically a chapstick, a Sting Zing lip plumper. Then I have all of these little Tarte minis. And then up here, I just have a bunch of random lip liners. Here is all my Too Faced, which Too Faced is my favorite for lip products. I have this Color Bomb. This was a plumping. I don't know if they still sell this. Then I have a Melted Chocolate, a Melted Matte. This is Melted Chihuahua. This is their Mood Swing lip gloss, which was discontinued years and years ago. It's a really old product, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it. It's like a collector's item again. And then this is another melted lipstick, Melted Nude, which was my favorite for years, another Melted Chocolate, a Melted Matte, a Too Faced Lip Injection. This is a lip gloss in Pumpkin Spice, and then some more melted mattes. And these ones with the fancy lids are from the holiday collection last year. And then up here we have a bunch of, like, I think most of these are drugstore. We've got LA Girls. We've got a plumping gloss from Soap and Glory. This is a NYX. This is a Kokie Cosmetics. This is Dose. Another NYX. This is a hot pink Rimmel. L'Oreal Infallible. These are some CoverGirl mattes, which are my favorite, some of my favorite drugstore. I've got an e.l.f. lip gloss. This is Be a Bombshell. This is a Tokyo lip rouge. Some more e.l.f. sticks. I've got a nudie pink and a burgundy, a Milani lip gloss. This is DLS matte lipstick. And then these are some CoverGirl, like, they go on top of matte lipsticks and they're like hydrating. And then we've got two from Fenty Beauty. We have Fussy and Fenty Glows, the mini one. A couple things from ColourPop. We just have a couple of these lippy sticks, which used to be like so popular back in the day. Another lippy stick. I've got a lip liner from ColourPop and some matte liquid lipsticks. I have a Treat Beauty. This is just a lip scrub. I usually keep that with my skincare. I have a couple of Pacifica lipsticks, which I don't love. They're kind of drying. And then I have some Pop Beauty. These are from the Meg Cahill collab. One is like a red and one is a nude. And they're two of my favorite colors again. And then down here we have some higher end stuff. So I've got two from Ofra. This little one is in Mocha and it is the old packaging, and then Havana Nights is a Kathleen Lights collab. I have this Cake lip gloss from Philosophy, this Ciate glitter flip, which I have not used yet. I kind of want to do a review on it. I've got three from Beauty Bakery. I reviewed those. I've got a bunch of these Stila lipsticks. I have a hard time using them. They smell so bad. I've said this so many times. Stila liquid lipsticks literally smell like gasoline. I've got another Lancome. I should have put this with the Lancome I showed earlier. But I have this like metallic gloss from Lancome. I have this from It Cosmetics. It's a lip stain. Then I have a bunch of these Sephora brand lip glosses. I got this as a gift a few Christmases ago. And they like all came together with the exception of this one. This one I got in a Sephora subscription bag. And then I have this Sephora lip plumper, which is a really good dupe for the Too Faced lip plumper. I have a couple Urban Decay. I have this Urban Decay clear liner, this Urban Decay gloss. I have this Smashbox liquid lipstick, a couple Anastasia liquid lipsticks. This is in the color, both of these are in the color Ashton. I have a Lime Crime, which I used to have more Lime Crime. I think this is my only one though. It's in the color Blondie. It's like a metallic. And that is it for lip products. I think lip products are probably the products I have most of that are like in random places around my house and in my car and stuff, but these are all the ones that I could find. And I also have these two from Makeup Revolution, which I just got for free from Ulta, but I'm probably going to give them away. We just have some eye products, starting with like eye glitters and eye pencils. First off, I have a bunch of these AOA Studio liquid eyeshadows, which they're okay. They were only $1, but like honestly, they're not amazing. I also have this Cover FX liquid eyeshadow in the color Amethyst. Again, I'm not in love with this one. I have this Makeup Revolution one, which I have not tried yet. This e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Molten Eyeshadow, have not tried yet. These Huda Beauty Matte and Metals eyeshadows, absolutely love these. And then I have this, what is this? What's the brand on this? It's a copper eyeshadow stick. And then I also have this Thrive Cosmetics eyeshadow stick. And then a bunch of Stila liquid eyeshadows, which are my favorite. I absolutely love these. I'm absolutely obsessed with these. We've got a couple eyeshadow primers, but I honestly don't use eyeshadow primer a whole lot. I have an e.l.f. glitter primer, which sucks. Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and then I have this Little Peak Beauty. It's a black eye primer, and I don't use it a whole lot because I don't use dark makeup. Like I don't really have a whole need for it. Then eyelash glue, a little mini duo, a little mini Kiss strip lash adhesive, and my favorite is the Tarte Tarteist Pro lash glue in black, which is what I use most often. Brow products, I have this Brow Gal palette. I have this Santee eyebrow pencil, a bunch of NYX eyebrow pencils. I have 1 NYX, 2 NYX, 3 NYX eyebrow pencils. I have this Stroke of Beauty eyebrow pencil, a Milani pencil, Smashbox Brow Tech, which has been discontinued, which is a bummer because I loved it. Queen of the Fill brow gel from Elizabeth Mott, Benefit Give Me Brow, Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and then I have a Brow Gal brow brush, which came with this palette that I just showed, and then I have an Anastasia brush in 12, which is what I use for Anastasia Dip Brow, which I have right here in taupe, and then I have an Anastasia Brow Wiz right here, an Anastasia Brow Definer right here, and then lastly, I just recently got this e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow, which I want to try out. And then eyeliners, I have this Clinique liquid liner, this Jonte Blue liquid liner. This is like a nude liner for the waterline from C'est La Vie. This is NYX white eyeliner. It's amazing. I love that for the waterline. I have 2 Tarteist Double Take. I have this Jonte Blue eyeliner, an Ico liquid liner, Star Looks, just a plain black liner, Pretty Eyes. This is a purple liner, Marc Jacobs, which is such a good pencil liner. If you like pencil stick liners, this is such a good one. Then I also have Tarte Sex Kitten liner, which I haven't used a whole lot. And then I have mascaras, which again, like the eyeliners, of the eyeliners, there's maybe like 4 of those, of the black ones at least, like 4 that are actually opened. And then of these mascaras, most of these are unopened. So we have this Unique Moonstruck, which I've never opened, a MAC Extreme 3D, a Superfan from Smashbox, Marc Jacobs. This is a Dose Max Lash Volumizer. I've had this a long time. I should probably toss that. Benefit They're Real, another Superfan from Smashbox, another Marc Jacobs, a Too Faced Damn Girl, which I recently reviewed, 2 Too Faced Better Than Sex, a Beauty Bakery Icing, a Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes, and lastly a Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. And then lastly, I have all my tools and brushes, but honestly, I feel like that would just be so boring to show you all of these brushes. But here's how I organize them. I just throw them all in this drawer, and then this is like my everyday makeup tray. Usually the makeup that I use every day goes on here, but I took it all off to show it to you guys. But that is it for today's makeup collection, you guys. I am thoroughly exhausted, and yeah, but now my makeup's all organized. If you ever need to organize your makeup, just make a YouTube video showing your collection, and then it forces you to reorganize. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.